Hello, boys and girls. We will read a C-level book called A Visit to the City. Okay, before we start, let's look at some of the trick words. Look, said, my, at, and the last one is the. Okay, let's start. A visit to the city. It's about a family going to a big city and seeing different things there. A visit to the city. Look, said my dad. Look at the big truck. Now your turn. Now let's read it together. Look, said my dad. Look at the big truck. Look, my mom said. Look at the big car. Now your turn. Now let's reread it together. Look, my mom said. Look at the big car. Look at the van, said my big brother. Now your turn. Okay, now let's read it together. Look at the van, said my big brother. My dad said, look at the taxis. Now you read it. Now let's read it together. My dad said, look at the taxis. My mom said, look at the bicycles. Now it's your turn. Now let's reread it. My mom said, look at the bicycles. Look at the police car, I said. Your turn. Now let's reread it together. Look at the police car, I said. Look at the big bus, said my little sister. Now your turn. Okay, let's reread it now. Look at the big bus, said my little sister. And here's our last page. Look, my dad said. Look at the city. Now your turn. Now let's reread it all together. Look, my dad said. Look at the city. And here's the end of our story about visiting the city. Now let's look at those trick words one more time. Okay, so first I'll show it to you. You try to say it, and then I'll tell you what it says, okay? You say it. Look. Next one. You say it. The. At. My. Your turn. Said. Okay, so boys and girls, what I would like you to do for writing is think what you can see in the city. Okay, you can look out the window because we live in the city, right? We live in a big city. And write a sentence about what you can see in the city. So you could say, look, I see big buildings. Or you could say, you could write, look, I see a lot of cars. Okay, so just write a sentence about the things that you can see in the city. Thank you for watching. Bye.